Hi guys, it's Sherry. Today we are going to be making a really neat pen. I wear glasses off and on all day. The only time I need to really wear them is if I need to see something up close. So I'm constantly putting them in my hair. And what I want to do is create a pen that will hold my glasses. This way, my glasses aren't getting dirty and full of, the oils in my hair, and I don't have to constantly clean them over and over and over. So I took a bunch of my scrap, I laid it out, or I conditioned it, I should say, and then I'm just going to take my cutter. All right, and then I want to take this little middle section out. I'm just making sure that I cut it all the way through, because sometimes I don't press the middle hard enough. All right. And then what I want to do is just smooth the edges. I'm not too worried about the front because we are going to be putting some shells on there. So just smooth it out. All right. And this is going to be a really quick, easy, fun tutorial. And this is something that will make a great gift or something that you could sell. So you do what you want with it. Now I have my shells here. I am going to get a piece of paper here to put my shells on so I can dump them right back in here with what I do not need to use. If I could open it, there we go. So put those on there. Now I did a similar tutorial with these shells, but I am going to do something a little bit different because the last time I didn't put liquid clay on there, and this time I'm going to, because I found out from the last time my pieces kind of fell off after they were being baked, and then I would have to match them up and find them, and it wasn't fun. So to make it simple, I'm going to use liquid clay this time. So at this point, all I'm doing is kind of laying everything out so I can see what exactly I have, because we are going to be placing these all around like a mosaic piece. And you want to make sure that you got the shiny sides coming up. This way you get more of the pretty colors showing on top of your piece. Like that one is gorgeous. So I'll definitely be using that one. So I'm just going to look through, see exactly what colors I have, what designs, things like that, because I really want this to be a fun piece. You could do your clay any color you want. I love pink, and because this is for me, that's what I'm going with. But if you want a basic black, you could do black. If you want white, you could do white. There's so many things you could do. You just decide what color that you think is going to be good for you. All right, so take your Sculpey, and this is just the clay adhesive, and I'm just going to put it right on, and that'll help hold all my pieces right on to my clay after I bake it, or while it's being baked. Okay. So I had the whole thing covered at this point, and your liquid clay will not dry, so you could really kind of take your time if you want working with your pieces and putting it exactly the way you want. Okay, where are you? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, right here. So I'm going to use my wax tip to lift up all my pieces. And if you need a certain size, you can break it up. So this one's so beautiful. But I'm going to show you. I'm going to break it in half. And they just break very easily. And then I'm going to set it where I want it. Oh, one thing I will say is make sure you put your hole in. So this is going to hang down here like that. So I want to make sure I put my hole in first to connect it, because if you put that on, you're not going to be able to punch through it. So let's do our hole right away. And I'm going to put that right there. And that will be my little connector area. And now I could just kind of work around and get all my pieces put on the way I want them. And I'm really going to push down on these just to make sure that all that little clay adhesive is underneath. Right now I'm going to take all my bigger pieces first, and then I'll start breaking them up and getting the smaller pieces exactly how I want them. But I just thought, how great would it be to make something for my earrings and make it a little bit different. So I had a friend show me, the lady who actually designed these cutters, show me something similar, but she didn't add the piece to it. She just kind of stuck it right into the middle, and she added it, the pin on the back, and then stuck this in the middle or hung it off a necklace. I'm not sure exactly. I don't remember exactly what she did, but I wanted something that was slightly different. What I love is seeing all the pink that's going to be underneath and around it to give it that really pretty mosaic look. These shells are so beautiful. I absolutely love playing with these. I don't do it enough, I don't think. I have some pink ones. Here, I'm going to show you these. Look at those colors. I cannot wait to work with those. I did not have enough of this to go around this whole thing, and that's why I'm using all these different ones. But boy, I can't wait. I have an idea for a really cool pair of earrings for those, and I cannot wait to show you. Actually, let me take this. I'm going to flip this around, face it this way so it fits better. It's like putting a little puzzle together. It's a lot of fun. If you like puzzles, you'll really enjoy doing something like this. And it's always going to be a one-of-a-kind piece because there is never going to be two that are the same, which I think a lot of people appreciate when you have those one-of-a-kind pieces. Okay, just look over it. See if there's any spots that you want to add something else to it. I think they're right there. I'm going to get some of these real tiny ones and put them in certain areas. All right. Do you see how pretty that looks so far? I think that's going to be beautiful. It really would have looked cool against black, but I really want to do pink and use up some of my scrap, but I'm going to outline this in black afterwards because I think that's going to look super cool. So, all right, let me bake this 275, half hour, and then we will come back. All right, guys, so my piece is out of the oven. It's cooled off. I did a quick little sand right around all the edges. Look how pretty that looks. Now, if you do black, I'm telling you, the shine is going to be unbelievable. I did not want to do black this time. I really want to do different because I already showed you guys black on a different project. So I decided I'm going to do, since I have a lot of green that's popping up on this, I'm going to do some green with the pink. And I know it seems a little odd, but I really think it's going to look good together. And if it doesn't, then I just go over it with black. It is really just that simple. You can make mistakes with your projects. You can make mistakes, you know, with clay. As long as you know you can fix them, I say give it a try. So I think that's going to look really nice. And I am going to edge it slightly. Just give it a little edge. And there. So now I have the pink, and I also have that little green showing. If you don't like that, I say go with black, because you cannot go wrong with black. But I just wanted, like I said, something a little bit different this time around, because I already showed you guys what black looks like with these particular shells. You could even do a green background. You know, you could really just take this to a whole nother level. You do what you want to do and have fun with your pieces. But look how pretty that looks. I love them. I really do love these projects. Next thing we want to do is resin them. Now, all my pieces, thankfully, that clay adhesive worked beautiful. But I want to resin the top of this, and then we are going to put that on the bottom. Look how gorgeous that's going to look. Oh, I can't wait. It's gonna look really nice, guys. Okay. I'm going to get my little mat here that I like to resin on, and then I have my little stick. And then we are going to do the top layer first, because we want to make sure that it's leveled. So do top layer first, and you will always have a level area. And the colors with this resin are just going to pop out. Yeah, I'm telling you, you're going to be amazed on how beautiful if you can't see it already on camera. I absolutely love the shells with resin because the colors are just amazing. It really brings out the shine of those shells. Oh, I got to do the inside with the marker too. I forgot to do that. That's okay. I'll do that afterwards. When you're going around your hole, just go a little bit slower and you will not get resin in the hole. If you do, we just re-drill it. That's all. Slowly around. Okay, let me get my lighter. Pop any hole, or any holes, pop any bubbles that may come through. You don't want to do all this work and have your piece ruined by some bubbles because you didn't use a lighter for it. And put this under your UV light. Okay. All right, look how gorgeous that is. Oh, I love it. I think it's so pretty. I forgot to do the inside of this, so I want to make sure that I'm doing that right away. I have forgotten things like this before, and then right before I go to give it as a gift or something, I'll realize that I forgot that simple little area, and then I have to hurry up and quick fix it. Okay. And I'm going to go over the sides one more time just to give it a really nice coat. Beautiful. Okay. So now when you are placing your back on, and you could just do a regular back, like one of these, and put it at the top. But I really want this to show on the back because I think it's beautiful. I have a bunch of different ones here. So you can really go with whatever style you like. And I might actually go with the darker one, only because I think it might match a little bit better than the other one. So let me see how I like that. Yeah, I like that too. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, this is a little bent, so I just got to make sure this is going to lay flat. I'm going to make sure that the bottom here is where everything is going to lay even. And then let me just maneuver this around to make sure that everything is going to fit perfectly. I hate when you resin something down and then you realize that it's not going to fit. So I always like to kind of double check. Okay. So I'll just flatten my piece out. All right, perfect. Okay, so now what I'm going to do to make sure that this does not go overflowing and crazy. Now you could finish this back and make it look beautiful. Nobody's going to see it, which normally I like to add something and make it look really nice, just as a little extra. This time around, I'm not going to worry too much about that. But what I am going to do is just put a little dot of resin in each little corner here. And then I'm going to put this right under my UV light, okay? And that little dot will be a good hold for that. All right, now I can add a little bit more. I don't want to go overboard right away and cover the whole thing because I want to make sure that it's not going to pile up in the front. So you really just want to kind of focus on the back of this. Now you could have embedded this. I just didn't feel like it was necessary, to be quite honest. I think just putting the resin on it, it's not going to touch your skin. It's going to be on a shirt, so it's not a bad idea. Now, if you're going to sell these, I would definitely do a back to them, just to make them look pretty. You could embed this, or you can, what do you call it? Just make put a roller or a stamp on the back, and it'll look really pretty. So very, very simple, easy ideas that you can do. Okay, just want to make sure I get all these little areas. Okay. I'm just going to edge my sides here before I resin the entire back. Okay, now I will just put this on the entire back. So it's all nice and leveled and even and looks nice. Like I said, if you want to do fancy, take your roller or a texture mat and you could do that on the back of your piece and that'll look beautiful. I wasn't going for fancy this time around. Look at that. Is that not absolutely beautiful? I think this is so pretty. I'm going to love to wear this. So the last thing I need to do is just add my jump ring and the part that my glasses will, my glasses will go onto. I'm going to take my jump ring. I'm going to add, and this is just a charm. It is nothing like special. You could get these basically anywhere. I got mine from Amazon. Just make sure there's enough room. Make sure that's closed all the way because you do not want your glasses falling off of this. Make sure I have enough room. Okay, it's movable. And now here are my glasses. And I pin that onto my shirt and look how gorgeous. It's not great. I love this idea. I just am so happy that I was able to think about adding the little charm and the back of this pin. And it just gives it a little extra. So I hope that you've enjoyed this video. I hope that you love this idea. If you did, thumbs up, subscribe. Check out my membership channel. I have all kinds of like little things that are just completely different than what's on my regular YouTube channel. And I will see you all next time. Bye.